This right here is the 7-inch Samsung Galaxy Tab 3. It was released in 2013, almost 13 years ago. Wow. And in this video, we're going to be checking out the Tab 3 and seeing if it's any usable today. Straight away though, I'm going to say that you're not going to be able to do much with it. It's stuck running an ancient version of Android, 4.1 to be exact. And because this tablet has a off-the-shelf Marvell processor, you're not going to really get any far, if any, with custom ROMs with these. So let's go ahead and turn this thing on, see what we can do. And here we are on our home screen. This does not look like Android 4.2 at all. This is actually Nova Launcher. I used it to get rid of the stock TouchWiz launcher. So let's go ahead and scroll around, and I'll try some older apps, try some modern apps as well. As you can see, this is what I have installed on here. The Xbox app does not let me sign in. Hoping I could save some captures. I would not want to use the Venmo app on here either. So let's test out PS1 emulation, for example. So if you just want to play PS1 games, the Tab 3 is going to give no problem whatsoever. Let's get past this. It's copyrighted. Saw that stutter. It is going to stutter sometimes, but it does have a weak CPU, so that is to be expected. Wait for it to load. As you can see, the race is just fine. There we go. I am trying to play this through my phone screen, so ignore the bad gameplay performance, but as you can see, it's handling 3D PS1 games just fine. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and try is DS emulation. As you can see, similar to PS1 emulation, it is 32-bit, so it should be just fine. It does, as you can see, it did stutter at first, but once you get past that initial stutter, you are fine. I did select 150, so that's why I'm so far behind. Once again, I am missing buttons, but you get point proven. PS1 emulation is just fine. Same with DS. Where this tablet starts to really struggle, though, is PSP. As you can see, I do have frame skip on, and it is still locked to about 7 or 8 FPS. So I'm going to go ahead and select a language and see how far we get with this. As you can see, it is just struggling to keep up here, especially once we get into the cutscene. These are my settings. We have 1 times PSP and 3 frame skipping. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. See if that changes anything. As you can see, we have about 13 FPS. But if I turn the frame skipping on to 2 times, the only thing that's fixed is the choppy audio. The game plays worse. Like giving up 3 FPS for non-choppy audio, that could be worth it, but really PSP is just unplayable on this thing. And for my next game, I'm going to close all these tabs. Alright, let's play some Grand Theft Auto Vice City, since that seems to run the best out of all of these. As you can see, we are loaded into the game. We can run around just fine. Should I try to steal a police car? Oh. Go. Yes. Alright, as you can see, we are driving around perfectly fine. No stutter. Oh. Alright, finally lost the cops there. As you can see, it is maintaining a pretty solid 60 FPS. Like, I have the screen resolution set to the maximum, visual effects on low, but draw distance, as you can see, it is loading the second island fine. We are cruising. Oh, and it just finished loading in the second island. Whoops. Yeah, so if you just want like to play like the old early versions of GTA 3 and Vice City, like the Tab 3 is actually really good. Oh, and I'm on it again. Now for the part that you probably clicked on this video for, the internet. As you can see, the older Google homepage works fine on the last version of Chrome for Android 4.2. And I'm actually seeing some reports of it stopping working on the PSP, iOS 6, PS3, maybe even Android 2.2. Well, Android is Google's own product, so it might still work, but you never know. If you want like a newer keyboard that's better than the stock TouchWiz keyboard or even the Android 4 Gboard, there actually is the option in the updated Gboard app. You can actually have your keyboard look like Material 1. Let's go onto YouTube and play a video. And as you can see, this version of Chrome, even on 4.1, it's still giving me this issue, proving that YouTube on Android 4.1 probably isn't too far from like going away completely. Like unofficial clients like NP, and I'll leave it like that, they require 4.4 at a minimum. And that's just for like the legacy version that isn't updated as frequently as the real NP. Time it takes to load a channel. As you can see, still have not gotten my free cookie. But let's try loading a video and like seeing how well it plays. All right. All right, loaded the ad. Can I skip? All right, I can skip the ads. It is playing fine in 360p, 240p. Let's see what happens if we pump it up to, I'll be easy, I'll do 720p. I'm just giving you the raw clips. I'm not cutting these out because I just want to show you how slow the internet on this thing can be. Still loading. It was playing for a second, and then it started chopping up again. Oh, it's playing in like 15 FPS. And it's stuttering, so yeah, YouTube is just unusable on this thing, unless you're okay with like 144 or 240p. I want to do some shopping, which I do not recommend you shop on this thing because, especially with how I rooted this, I would not put any accounts with credit cards attached to them on it. But Amazon itself does work. It's just very, very slow. Let's try going on a listing like... As you can see, if I want to like try searching for a new tablet that isn't slow at playing YouTube at 720p, I can. $600. This one doesn't seem that bad. I think I paid $80 for this tablet back in 2022. Or it costed $80 back in 2022, but it was refurbished by Amazon. I did open it up and I found the original battery from 2013. I'm pretty sure we were at 84% when we started this review, and it's already down to 72. But anyways, it does load. And you can just, like, if you can see the effect of the screen, that's just because it's so low res compared to what I'm filming in. But you can browse Amazon just fine on here. But if you want to find a better price for one of these tablets or an iPad, you're not doing that. Like, look at this. If you want to buy a Desert PS3, watch Jacob R's video if you haven't seen that.
Wow. Yeah, this bottom piece is even, wow. It looks like a desert.
Guaranteed new Reddit won't work, but will this? This worked on the Wii U 2 years ago, and of course it does. Like I said, I got this working on the Wii U about 2 years ago, so you should be able to log in on here. I actually typed a couple comments from it. And anything with Cloudflare just does not work on this thing. Oh wait, is Twitter down? Yeah, it doesn't seem down, so I guess it's just an issue with my tablet. So that's about it for the web apps. Let's try out the camera. It's fine, but it's not too bad for being like, what is this, 13 years old in 2026? Yeah, this thing came out in 2013. Honestly, it takes pictures better than this ANS junk that claims to have a 5 megapixel camera, although I have a very strong feeling it's just a stretch 2 megapixel. So if you have like a free government phone and you want to take some pictures, the Galaxy Tab 3 will do fine, I suppose. But now for the video mode. Ignore the fingerprints. I wish I could use a mouse with this thing. That's how I'm doing it, but unfortunately this thing does not support USB OTG, so I just have to use the touchscreen. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the video right now. Alright, here we go, recording video on the Galaxy Tab 3 7-inch. Obviously it's going to look way lesser in quality because I am not using a mic. As you can see, I am using open camera with a USB stick to record this. So yeah, here's the Tab 3's video quality. It kind of maintains 30 FPS in the dark too, which, like I said, that other ANS junk failed to do. So the next thing we're going to try is uploading those clips I just recorded to Dropbox. Alright, so as you can see, I am logged in. I did create a new folder for this. So let's see if these upload. Alright, and upload. As you can see, it is kind of slow uploading. That is to be expected with a weak Wi-Fi card, and I am kind of far away from my network, so I'll cut back when it's done. As you can see, those all just uploaded perfectly fine. Now, of course, there are going to be some things you cannot do on Android 4.1. Snap just does not work whatsoever. I wouldn't even try, because Snap can be finicky. They can ban your account if you use like a jailbroken or a rooted device. The next thing you're not going to be able to use, obviously, is TikTok or TikTok Lite on Android 4.1. Even back when it was still supported, it still really struggled on this tablet. The next thing you're not going to be able to do at all is WhatsApp. I feel like this really only applies to the people outside of the USA that mainly use WhatsApp, because telco service outside the USA is very expensive. Telegram also does not work either. And if you're going to want to do emulation, don't go any higher than like PS1 or Nintendo DS. 64, Nintendo 64 does also work on here, so that is going to be fine. But more intense things like Dreamcast, PSP, and like 3DS, you're not going to get anywhere with that. So that's about it for the Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 7-inch in 2026. Still cannot believe I'm saying that. Should you buy one of these today for the price I got this for? No. But if you can find one of these for like $10, just do it. Especially if you've been wanting to like get back into PS1 gaming, but your phone screen is too small and you want something like kind of decent to hold in the hand. Or if you can find like a decent TV remote app. I could not find one, but if you can find one, you could use this as a TV remote. Face unlock also works fine on here. Don't worry, you won't see me, just know that it works. Or if you, like I said earlier when we were playing some games, if you want to play like GTA 3, Vice City, maybe even some San Andreas with the thing set to low, would not recommend because this thing has a whole 5.5 gigs of storage and San Andreas is 2.5 gigs. It's not an issue for you. You can play like the original trilogy, provided not the definitive edition. That will not work at all on here, but the original trilogy is fine. I don't know why you'd play DS games on like a screen like this, where it's so awkward to hold like this, but the option's there if you want. But in terms of the internet, I wouldn't watch YouTube videos on this at all. I tried SkyTube Legacy, but it does not work. Basically every other website that works is basically just like the old versions that could get shut down at any point. So I hope you all enjoyed this very kind of brief review of the Galaxy Tab 3 in 2026. And I will see you again in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.